What's up, Afton DFM All Stars? Welcome to episode 4 of the Ask a Trainer show. So, today we're going to keep it real nice and short. We just got 3 quick questions to ask. I didn't get many questions on the comments of the last video, so some of them are just questions that I grabbed from talking to people in the gym. So, I'm going to do a little editing on this one. I'm going to try to get a little fancy. So, the first question is from Joe. It's about water intake, and the question is. So, Joe, great question about water intake. Most of the things research that's been done around water intake has to do with endurance athletes and how much water they need per hour to maintain their endurance athletics. And, going back to my history as a track athlete, I used to run against guys that use this science to actually mark their water bottles race to figure out, okay, I need to be at this much 30 minutes before the race, this much 15 minutes before the race. Anyway, with looking at multiple sources and trying to figure out what the best water intake would be for someone that's doing things in the gym, depending on your amount of muscle mass and your level of hydration coming into the workout, is going to be somewhere between 15 and 30 ounces of water in the hour prior to the hour that you work out. If you're working out for longer than an hour, then you're going to need to hydrate during that first hour of your workout and continuously at about 15 to 25 ounces per hour. Obviously, it's going to depend on the kind of exercise. If you're doing more endurance stuff, if you're someone who sweats a lot, it's going to be more. If you're someone who's bigger, it's going to be more. If you're someone who's littler that doesn't sweat a lot, it might be more near the 10 to 15 ounces, but it's going to be somewhere between that kind of 15 to 30 ounces per hour range. Great question, Joe. And the next question we got here is from Kathy. So that question is a summary of Kathy pulled me aside on the floor and said, I love your videos, I love what you're doing, it's helping me a lot, but why don't you ever talk about us old people? And Kathy, I guess the main reason why I've never talked specifically about seniors and senior fitness is it's really similar to what we recommend across the board. So getting stronger when you're young looks like squatting a lot. Getting stronger when you're getting older looks like being able to live alone, not needing assisted living as you get older, not needing people to help you do things that you should be able to do in your everyday life. And that varies from age to age. So if you're 90 and you're living alone, you're crushing it. If you're 70 and you're able to carry around 2 bags of luggage, you're crushing it. At 50, if you're able to go build a barn, then you're crushing it. So it's at every age, strength is going to look a little bit different, but it's important at every age. So most of the recommendations I make are around living a stronger, fitter, healthier lifestyle that's going to help you have that longevity, not just in being alive, because that's kind of what our medical system does, is keep people alive, but what we like to focus on is keeping people well and strong in those years. So you can live to be 90 and just live, or you can live to be 90 and take care of yourself all the way up to your 90, have great cognitive processes until you're 90, and that's the stuff that we're focused on is eating healthy, staying strong, staying coordinated so that you're not falling and things like that. So that when you're 90, you're taking care of yourself. You're doing everything that you want to do. Great question, Kathy. The next question is from Angie, and the question is. Great question, Angie. So the TV dinners, they were super popular back in the 90s, and they're kind of starting to regain a lot of steam now, these TV dinners. And what I used to say, 5, 6 years ago when people ask me about TV dinners is I talk about sodium and how they're super high in sodium. And I think the people that were putting together these TV dinners picked up on that. So now they have a bunch of low sodium brands, low sodium TV dinners. So now what's the problem? Are they healthy? Well, they're still using something to preserve those TV dinners and make them last weeks and weeks and months on the shelves, frozen. And now instead of using sodium, they're using hydrogenated oils, things that are very high in trans fat, which that's going to do is just really wacky things to your cholesterol and, you know, things that I and most people don't know the in-depth science about. It's kind of a mystery. So if you want to intake all those, you know, things that are made to give these foods a lot of longevity, and who knows if it's good or bad for you, then, you know, you can go down that road. But I would rather eat, you know, focus on eating things that I know what's in them, I know the science that's involved, and I don't have to worry about what effect is this food having on my body. So they are still putting things in there just because they're low in sodium. They are still putting things in there to preserve them that are not good for your health. It just doesn't have a buzzword like sodium. Partially hydrogenated oils isn't what people are scared of. People are scared of sodium. So great question. I'm still gonna really discourage people from using TV dinners and those kind of preserved dinners as a staple of their diet for that reason. But yeah, it can be tricky with the labeling and healthy and low calorie and this and that. So great question, guys. Like I said, we're keeping this one nice and short. I feel like this time those questions had a little bit more direct of an answer. So I guess my question for you guys is, what are you guys up to this Valentine's Day? You got big plans? Are you planning on eating healthy, or is this your cheat day? What do you plan on doing this Valentine's Day? And after you answer that question, ask a question in the comments. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you, you know, grabbing me in the gym and telling me that you appreciate these videos. That's really what's keeping it going and keeping me energized to do this. So I really appreciate that feedback, and I really appreciate you putting your question in the comments. So until next week, have fun, guys, and keep hitting your workouts. Thanks. Last thing, I forgot to say, do not like this video. Leave a comment, help people out. That's what this group is about, and liking doesn't help anyone. Do not like this video. Thanks, guys.